Morning, this is Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project, sitting here in my tiny home. It was 39 degrees this morning. It's I think just around 8 o'clock in the morning, and rather than trying to mess with heating up the RV, I tossed in a little bit of kindling in the Ben's wood stove, and within minutes it was nice and comfy warm in here, especially upstairs. Baby cat is up there running around right now. Had to open up some windows because I don't know if you can see I think you can see the line where the sunlight is coming through the smoke. The wood stove is still curing and cleaning itself off. Yeah, I think you can see that line where the sun is shining through the smoke. So I open up some windows. Oh, there's Acrobat Cat. Be careful up there, baby cat. Yeah, I'm gonna block that off, actually. I have an old antique metal wagon wheel. It's small. It'll sit right there and block her from coming through there once I get the handrails up too. So I'll have to keep her from doing the acrobat act around that post. And eventually I want to have some things, neat things on there just for display, so she won't be allowed to run on there later. But it sure is nice to have a place that warms up quickly. This looks like the fire is going down a little. That was just kindling wood, and it warms it right up in here. That is a super efficient stove. Well, I'm gonna start my morning out right in here and get going. How's this for super efficient? I've got the window open here, not much, but just a little. Of course, the door isn't sealed. You can see light around the door. So I've still got to put the, there you can see daylight out there. I still have to put all the trim around there, the weather stripping. And of course the, I forgot what it's called down there, but yes, I have to put in the threshold. All that's got to be done. I've got the windows, both windows upstairs open. And it's toasty warm in here, and check this out. Now this is just on the kindling, and then I threw in 3 branches this big around. That's all I've put in here in 2 hours. And check this out now. Look at that. That's still kicking out a ton of heat. That is nice. I've got it turned down. I've got the air turned down really low, and it's just glowing and cooking this place up nice. When I get the this place isn't even done. The radiant foil isn't done here. So when I get the radiant foil done and insulate the study, which I haven't started, the study is not at all insulated. This place is going to be really toasty and cozy. I'll have to have windows open in winter, which is preferable to waking up to find ice in the cat's water dish every morning. So definitely it's going to be a better year. What do you think, baby cat? We going to do alright? Hey, psst. I'm talking to you. Anyway, she's familiar with wood stoves. Right now it's not very hot, as you can see. But I've taught her to be careful around them, especially around fire. She knows what a fire is too. So when you got a cat and a wood stove, you got to be careful and train them. But this is exciting. This is really exciting. I'm actually going to bring my laptop out here and process videos in here today because it is so cold outside. And in here, if upstairs I'm sweating in a t-shirt. Down here I'm comfortable in a sweatshirt. That's because there's so much airflow down here. But still, this is going to be really good. And one thing I do notice though that's going to be important is I'm going to have to find a way to draw heat from up there and bring it back down here. So I'm considering the PVC pipe and computer fan idea that a lot of people are talking about. Maybe in the corners out by the kitchen, because that's where the peak is. Pull it down from the bedroom and blow it into the kitchen area here. That'll help trap it up in this area as well. And anyway, I'm giving it some thought. But definitely that's going to have to be, I'm pretty sure. This is Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project, sitting inside my tiny home. I put the first log in there. Let me see how it's looking. I don't know if you can see it. It's barely glowing. I got it really tuned down. I got the first, yeah, maybe you can see that log, the outline. I put my first little log in there. It's about 3.5, 4 inches across and about 10 inches long. And it's just, I put that in there about 20 minutes ago. And it's just barely glowing away. Really nice and gentle. And yes, when I open my stove, I make it very, very slow and careful so I don't burn my face off. I know you can get a flash. I got it nice and warm. Now downstairs is warmed up nicely. And the temperature outside is 50 degrees. But I've got this just barely glowing, as you can see. And it's nice and cozy, toasty, warm downstairs now. And still around 80 something upstairs. The floor is 65 degrees, and at about waist height, it's 70 degrees. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. For burning that so low and so slowly, that's really good. I am very well pleased with this stove. And I think the idea of putting that through like that gives me more heat, which means I'm going to burn so little wood. Like I said, I started this wood stove I started it at 7:45, and now it's 11. And I only just put the first log in. So, I mean, I just finished burning the kindling and some twigs. This is efficient. Imagine if I fill that stove up for the night. That'll burn, I bet, 8-12 hours. So, but then again, it's not that cold out yet. When it's minus 20 outside, then we got a different story. But it's looking good. Sitting here, I just set the computer on the chair, but I was sitting here in a rocking chair and processing the next video. I will be caught up probably by tomorrow morning. I am dedicating a lot of hours to getting the videos up, but that is my Google pays my paycheck and not putting nails in a wall. So I gotta had to stop, take some time and get my videos done. But I'm so happy sitting here in a warm, comfortable home doing this work. It is really good. The RV is freezing cold and 77% humidity and 50 degrees, so it's really not pleasant in there. And here it's dry and toasty warm and comfy. So and a smell, I love the smell of a wood fire going. Really nice. Been doing some house cleaning. Cleaned out this whole area. All the wood, swept the floor neat, swept the stairwell, cleaned around here, put all my chairs against the back wall, and that annoying big sheet of plywood that people are asking me why it's there, that is actually meant to be the bench for the back wall. So that's exactly enough, I think, to do the bench and the backrest. So there'll be a front and then the bench and then the backrest. So I'm hoping that's enough wood. But that's all out of the way. Neighbor helped me get the table in. I was actually just sitting down working on the computer. It's so cozy in here. I love it. Wood stove went out, but I got the windows open now, getting some airflow, especially since I'm sweeping. And I took away all the radiant foil and neatly stacked everything in the bathroom. So all my construction material and supplies are in the bathroom. The other boards that were on the floor are neatly staying up here. Sort of like a bathroom wall for now. And I'm liking it. It's looking like home now. It's really looking like home. Nice and cozy. So I got my table in. It's fits just about how I thought it would, right under that window. I gotta slide it back a little bit more later on, but it's gonna be alright. It's a little bit long for my liking. It's quite long. I think it's 4 foot. Maybe over 4 foot, I don't know. I'll measure it. But I like the fact that the flaps go down and it's out of the way like that. Really convenient and comfortable. But it's heavy. I cannot move that thing around alone. The only flaw with the whole table is there's a peg missing over here, which I can make. Matching the stain will be awkward, but that's good. That's the only flaw in the whole table. Anyway, it's looking like home now. It really is starting to look like home. So, I I'm going to work a little bit in the kitchen today. I like to vary my work a little bit based on weather and materials on hand. So right now I'm waiting on payday to finish the upstairs. I got to get some wood for nailers, and then I can insulate that up there. So I need 3 8-footers to finish both sides for the nailers, and then I can insulate that section and then start putting up the radiant foil and finishing that wall. And that's what I really want to do next, is get that bedroom done, and then I'll be working on the loft study after that. And right now though, I want to work in here because my sink is outside in the rain. My stovetop has been in the way forever. I just want to work on this countertop a little bit today, and like I said, for some variety. And the sooner I get this place usable, the sooner I can start moving stuff out of the RV. And I want to get this counter space built so I can start putting my pots and pans out here and stuff. And well, that's how it's going to be for today. Space age foil installed, NASA approved. Well, not really. I don't want to get myself in trouble. Anyway, now I'm going to put the other furring strips on top of that. I added all the furring strips under here. I forgot to show what I was doing. I just got tied up in my work and just did it and put the radiant foil on. Now I got to put the furring strips on top of them as nailers for the OSB that's going to go on here, and then I can start building my countertop. Because once I get one section of the house absolutely finished, then I can continue on with moving around in here better. And like, once this area is done, I can put all my tools under there actually and leave them there out of the way. Clean up all this area. That's my idea, because that wall back there is going to require some more lumber to do the bench properly and everything. And over here is on hold because of the board. I got to get a cutter for that. So everything over here is on hold till payday. Therefore, I'm working on what I have materials for. So I hope that makes sense to everybody. I know a lot of people don't understand my ways of doing things and my reasonings for the order of things and my priorities, but this is it. This is what I got time for, money for, and material. Well, no money, but materials for. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to tape that seam there and cover this up and go dig out some OSB chunks and fill this in. This is actually a piece of new wood, real furring strip that I found, that I had. And I missed. How'd that happen? Oh, that's right. Up here, gotta go downwards at an angle. That hit me. There. Unfortunately, it's a little bit warped. Brand new wood, but it's warped badly. Ugh. That's the basis for the new window frame, so that's got to be, oh well, as good as it's going to get. is the wall. Alright, well there's the last of the furring. Let me see, now I gotta put a little tiny piece in here as a nailer. That's where the... oh no I don't, that's OSB. I don't know why I'm thinking paneling. That's OSB, I don't need a nailer in the edge. That'll be fine. So now I've got to measure some of that junk scrap OSB that I got, filling these gaps here. Feeling pretty good about this. Got one piece left to cut. This is junk scrap OSB I got for free. Almost this whole entire wall was everything for free except for the 2x4 framing inside and the insulation. I love it. Even the window was free. Well, and close it up. Well, there's the kitchen. All done. Well, the wall anyway. A lot of work to do yet. So I'm going to start on the framing now actually. I'm going to bring the countertop out a couple inches so you got that space for your toes. As I've been advised. Oops, let me pause this camera a second. Tripod's in the way. Anyway, as I've been advised to do, this is my first kitchen I've ever designed, so I know you're supposed to come out a little ways so your toes have room when you're standing here at the kitchen counter. At least that's what I was told. And that's how it is in my RV. Actually, it's in, I guess, in all the kitchens, huh? So, I'll do it. I'm going to frame this in using scrap lumber, also from that OSB job, from the same source as where I got this OSB. It's going to be quite a job, because this is my first ever kitchen, but that looks amazing. I'm excited. It's really good to have that wall done. All the radiant foil is in there, all the OSB is on, one more wall is finished. Now, the bathroom's still got to be done, and that wall's still got to be done. But again, that's on hold because of this here. So, I'll get to it. I'll get to everything. I'm going to get it all done. But look at that. Doesn't that look like a rustic cottage? Isn't that amazing? I love it. Those chairs, that rocking chair just belongs in this house. That is beautiful. It's not too girly either, I don't think. That is really a beautiful chair. I am really happy about that. And it's comfortable. Been using it this morning. I was out here using it with my laptop. Working on my laptop. And these, everything just fits. Everything just fits in here. Oh, by the way, Brian, that look familiar? That's been in here since the day I got it. Just wanted to let you know. Fortunately, it's unopened. That's a good thing when your emergency kit is unopened. But, yeah. Oh, it's nice. It's beautiful. Well, I think I swept the floor like 6 or 8 times today. I'm trying to keep it clean in here as I work. So I just cleaned off the entire wheel well where the kitchen's going to go. Clean off the floor. All the construction material is working its way over to the bathroom and under the stairwell. So those will be the last areas done. I'm going to start working all this construction material out of the floor here eventually, bit by bit, working it into the bathroom and the wheel well, taking out non-essential things like the power battery charger and stuff, and working out any non-essential tools, so I've got more room when I do finish the wall here. And right now I'm going to start measurements for the framing. I think I'm going to do some research though on the spacing under the counter before I start, but going to get going.